Andy. Last week you asked me how I managed to keep myself organized or how I managed to get stuff done when I feel like I'm so freaking busy. So today I thought I would show you my system. Of course you knew it was always going to come back to my bullet journal, but what you don't know is that the bullet journal is part of a two-step system. I have the bullet journal and the wall calendar. Ta-da! So on the first day of each month, I take everything from the monthly log in my bullet journal and I write it down on my wall calendar. The big thing here is that I'm trying to make what I need to do visible, because if it's not visible, I'm not gonna do it. So, for instance, I put down school starts back over here and school resumes over here. Forest Hills Robotics event, Forest Hills Robotics. Small group nights, which are marked by these little green dots. And then school stuff, which is over here like term 6 starts or parent-teacher conferences, also here in my wall calendar. And then I flip through my notebook until I get to the month that I need. So this month starts here, and I double check to make sure that everything in my weekly log gets put into my wall calendar. And the weekly log tends to be a little bit more specific in the things that I need to do. So like, for example, Wednesday the 4th, pay electric bill. Wednesday the 4th, pay electric bill. And then I also have listed in here other things that I'm going to, whoa, what a rarity. It's a blank page and it's for next week. What? That's amazing. I also have listed in here other things that I need to do, such as grades being due and things like the 5th Sunday and book talks for my kids, so that I can make sure that I know exactly when all of those things need to be done. Then I take my handy dandy calendar and I put it right there on the wall, so that every time I go back to my room or into the kitchen or into the bathroom, I pass it and can double check what I'm doing. Like I said, making things visible is how I stay organized, because if I don't see it, I'm not going to do it. Make things visible is also my philosophy over here at my kitchen table, which kind of functions as a desk for me. But I have letters that I need to write back to my grandma. I have a book that I need to read for a podcast I'm listening to. I have school stuff, and I have my Cran Hill Summer Staff contract that I need to fill out. So making things visible on my table means like, oh yeah, I should probably do those, rather than, oh, well, just let me shove it in a corner somewhere, because I know that if I do that, I'll lose it. And then also make things visible works over here too, because you see my gigantic blanket over here in the corner, well, by my couch, and over here in the corner, all of my yarn. So if I see it all the time, I'll be more driven to actually do the thing. So Jessica McCabe of How to ADHD today tweeted out, how do you as a person with ADHD motivate yourself to do things when they're hard? And for me, the answer to that is make it visible. Because if it's not visible, I'm not going to do it. And if I physically trip over it, I'll be more likely to do the thing than to not do the thing. It's all about how my brain works and how I can get myself organized in the way I need to be. I also use a lot of clipboards, but all of those are at school right now, so I can't really show those off. But I put each task on its own specific clipboard, so all I have to do is grab it and go. When I was in college, it worked really well if I needed to put like the research on there and also the rubric and also the interviews that I've done all on one clipboard, so that the entire project is in one spot and not in like a billion different folders, because that also makes it really hard. So for me, getting stuff done is all about making it easy and making it work for me. So Andy, that's all for me today. What do you do to stay organized? I know that you and Aaron must have some sort of system, but how do you do it? I think it's really easy for me because I live on my own and I can make my space work for me really well, but you guys have to kind of do it in coordination. I'd be curious to see how that works. And one last thing before I go. Shout out to Jessica McCabe and her amazing YouTube channel, How to ADHD. I have ADHD. I've had ADHD or been diagnosed since I was in 3rd grade. So for me, I learned how to make my ADHD work for me. And I think that's one of the things that makes me such a great middle school teacher. But she has helped many people figure out how they work or how their brains work. and it's really quite inspiring. So if you need a new YouTube channel to watch, I would definitely recommend checking out How to ADHD. Link in the description. Bye, Andy.